Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. I saw a poster once that says, I don't get mad and I don't get even. I get ahead. Although I understand the sentiment and found a little bit of amusement in it, it may not be the most Christ-like attitude. We live in a blame it, claim it culture. Every time something goes wrong, people look for someone else to blame. Someone falls at a store, they want to file a lawsuit and get paid. People have a fender bender and they immediately want recompense for the damage to their car, even if it's their fault. We want to blame it and get some money for it every time something goes wrong. But Paul says the Christian life is supposed to be different. In Ephesians chapter 5, verses 1 to 2, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. He tells us to imitate God because we're his dear children. It's always cute and wonderful to watch when the little boy, the little toddler, puts on daddy's shoes and walks around the house, or puts on daddy's hat and says, look, I'm daddy. He's imitating his father, and it's cute. But that's what God instructs us to do, is to imitate God, to be like God. We are God's dear children, and he serves as our example, and we ought to follow his example. And in case we missed what that means, he says that means live a life filled with love, both giving and receiving love. We need to follow the example of Christ because he loved us. He loved us so much, he offered himself as a sacrifice for us. And this pleases God. To live a life filled with love, to give and extend love to others. That means being loving in our relationships with others, but it also means being with people who love us. How precious it is to recognize in your life those few people who love you and care for you and always help you feel better about yourself. Need to spend some time with those folks. We spend enough time with people who do not love us and do not care for us. And if we're going to live a life filled with love, we need to spend time, intentionally spend time with the people that love us and care for us. To have a life filled with love. And we need to be loving. Here's the example of Jesus. He gave himself for us. We need to be loving towards others, giving of ourselves for them, sacrificing what we want in order that they may have what they need. That's loving, nurture, and care, and provision. We as God's people are expected by God to live a life filled with love. And what a precious life that is when you recognize that you're with the people who love you and care for you. May you be loved this week. God bless you.